Today I would like to discuss the dihydrogen complexes. Dear students, myself Dr. Digna Varghese. Dihydrogen complexes. Earth's atmosphere or in underground gas deposits, there is a high biological turnover because very microorganisms use hydrogen as an oxidant or hydrogen as fuel. Homolytic cleavage involves the initial coordination of molecular hydrogen as an eta 2 hydrogen species in discrete metal complexes. Dihydrogen complexes provide examples of species intermediate between the molecular hydrogen and a dihydrido complex. No dihydrogen complexes are known for the early d block elements, that is group 3, 4 and 5 F block or P block metals. If the metal is sufficiently electron rich, back donation of d electrons into the 1 sigma u orbitals splits the hydrogen-hydrogen bond, resulting in the formation of cis dihydrido complex in which the formal oxidation number of the metal has increased by 2. Here we can see metal, iron, reacts with hydrogen. First it forms a transition state and it is split. If the metal is sufficiently electron rich, the back donation of electrons into the 1 sigma u orbitals, that is splits the hydrogen-hydrogen bond, resulting in the formation of a cis dihydrido complex, and the oxidation number of the metal is increased by 2 units. A large number of d block metals complexes are known in which the dihydrogen molecule or hydride anion are ligands. These complexes play important roles in catalysis and hydrogen activation. The hydrogen atom and hydrogen molecule play an important role in organometallic chemistry, particularly catalysis involving hydrogenation of alkenes and carbonyl groups. An individual bound hydrogen atom is usually regarded as a hydrido ligand. Hydrogen is highly polarizable and behaves as a soft 2-electron donor. There are a very large number of complexes of d block and f block elements containing one or more hydride ligands. These complexes include those of elements in the hydride gap that do not form metallic hydrides. Hydrido complexes can be synthesized by many routes, such as the reaction of a metal ion or complex with a suitable hydrogen source, water and usually a reducing agent. Here aqueous metal ion, that is rhodium 3, which is in presence of zinc and ammonia in aqueous solution, giving a hydrido complex. Another example is a metal complex, iron complex, that is Fe(I2CO4) in the presence of a reducing agent, sodium borohydride, in tetrahydrofuran. It will give FeH2CO4, the hydrido complex. As with the binary compounds of the main group, the coordinated hydrogen ligand can be protonic or hydridic, depending on the electron withdrawing or electron donating character of the metal atom, which in turn depends on the nature of the other ligands. If the metal atom is electron withdrawing or electron donating character, the hydride ligand may be protonic or a hydridic, and also depending on the nature of the co-ligands. Electron withdrawing carbonyl ligands in the coordination shell render the hydrogen atom protonic. That means the hydrogen atom is in the +1 oxidation state, and compounds such as COHCO4 are strong Bronsted acids. As with the some main group hydrides, the hydrogen atom also occupy a bridging position. Like in boranes 3-center 2-electron bond, between the two metal atoms or usually in conjunction with a metal-metal. The complex mu H W2CO10 is a tungsten hydride complex in which the hydrogen atom is in the bridging position that we can see in this picture. It provides a rare example of an hydrogen atom bridging two metal atoms that are not otherwise bonded. The hydrogen atom acts as in this molecule is a bridging ligand that is represented by mu hydride and two metal atoms, that is tungsten, and there is in each tungsten atom there is 5 CO ligands. A homoleptic complex is a complex that contains only one type of ligands. Examples of homoleptic hydrido metal complexes are provided by iron, rhodium and technetium. The dark green compound Mg2FeH6, which contains the octahedral FeH6 4- complex ion, is obtained by the reacting elements together under pressure. The complex anion ReH9 2-, it is formed by the reducing perrhenate ReO4 with potassium or sodium in methanol. In the solid state, the hydrogen atoms form a tri-capped trigonal prism around the rhenium, which is formally in the oxidation state of +7. The TCH9 2- complex has the same structure. We know manganese, technetium, rhenium are in the same group. So rhenium H9 2- and also the technetium H9 2- has the same structure. That is, in the solid state, hydrogen atom form a tri-capped trigonal prism around the rhenium atom. In the formal oxidation state of rhenium is in +7 state. The hydrogen molecule can also coordinate intact using the 1σg orbital to donate the electron pair and the 1σu orbital to accept an electron pair back from the metal in what is known as pi back donation or synergic bonding. If the metal is electron rich and is sufficiently low oxidation state, the back donation results in homolytic cleavage of the hydrogen-hydrogen bond, and the two hydrogen atoms are formally reduced to hydrogen with concomitant oxidation of the metal. This process is known as the oxidative addition reaction that we have already studied. Oxidative addition of hydrogen is exemplified with the so-called Vaska's compound IrClCO ppH3 twice. In this product of two hydrogen atoms, that is, one is this and one is this, are regarded as hydrido ligands, and the formal oxidation number of iridium was increased by 2 units. That is, here iridium is in the +1 oxidation state, here iridium is in the +3 oxidation state. Many d-block complexes have been isolated that contain a relatively stable intact hydrogen ligand. The first such compound that contain intact hydrogen ligand is that from a tungsten based complex in which 3 CO ligands attached to the equatorial position and one hydrogen molecule as attached to the metal atom, and here isopropyl group attached to the phosphine type ligand as axial ligands, that is triisopropyl phosphine ligands. Here the presence of hydrogen molecule act as one of the ligand. Both hydrogen atom and hydrogen molecules may be coordinated as ligands to the same metal atom. Next one is example for this type of system, that is a ruthenium based complex here in this Ru H2 twice P CyP thrice twice contains 6 hydrogen atoms, 4 from hydrogen molecule and 2 from hydrogen atoms. There is 2 kinds of hydrogen atoms are attached to the molecules, that is 2 is hydrogen atoms and 2 is hydrogen molecule. These two types of hydrogen ligands can be distinguished by the neutron diffraction studies. And here the phosphine ligands is derived from the cyclopentadienyl system. The bonding of a hydrogen atom to a metal atom is a sigma interaction that we are already seen, whereas the bonding of dihydrogen ligand involves pi back bonding. A hydrogen atom directly bonded to a metal is commonly found in organometallic complexes and is referred to as hydride ligand. The name hydride can be misleading as it implies a hydrogen ligand, although the formulation hydrogen might be appropriate for most hydrides, such as COHPME3 Some hydrides are appreciably acidic and behaves as though they contain hydrogen. For example, COHCO4 is an acid is a Bronsted acid with pKa 8.3 in acetonitrile. In the donor pair method, the electron counting, we consider the hydride ligand contribute 2 electrons to have a single negative charge, that is to be H-. It will contribute 2 electrons. The bonding of a hydrogen atom to a metal is simple because the only orbital of appropriate energy for bonding on the hydrogen is H1s, and the metal hydrogen bond can be considered as a sigma interaction between the two atoms. Hydrides are readily identified by NMR spectroscopy as their chemical shift is rather unusual, typically occurring in the range -50 less than delta less than 0. Infrared spectroscopy can also be useful in identifying metal hydrides, as they normally have a stretching band in the range 2850 to 2250 cm inverse. X-ray diffraction, normally so valuable for identifying the structure of crystalline material, is of little use in identifying the hydrides because the diffraction is related to electron density, and the hydride ligand will have at most 2 electrons around it, compared with, for instance, 78 for a platinum. So hydrogen fixing is somewhat a problem in the X-ray diffraction method. So another method is used, we are already seen the neutron diffraction method. Neutron diffraction is of more use in locating hydride ligands, especially if the hydrogen atom is replaced by the deuterium atom, because deuterium has a large neutron scattering cross-section. An MH bond can sometimes be produced by protonation of an organometallic compound, such as neutral and anionic metal carbonides. Here we can see a substitution reaction first. In this, the cyclohexatriene CH3 ligand is replaced by isopropyl phosphine ligands, and to this molecule hydrogen is added. The direct addition of or creation of metal hydrogen bond is formed here. For example, ferrocene can be protonated in strong acid to produce FeH bond, that is, here ferrocene is protonated by HBF4 and giving Cp2FeH plus BF4 minus. So ferrocene can be protonated by in strong acid. Bridging hydrides also exist. In this, where an hydrogen atom bridges either 2 or 3 metal atoms, that we have already seen in the case of a tungsten complex. Here the bonding can be treated in exactly the same way we considered the bridging hydrides in diborane. The first organometallic metal hydride was reported in 1931, but complexes of hydrogen gas was identified only in 1984. After 50 years. In compounds, the dihydrogen molecule, that is H2, bonds side on to the metal atom. Sometimes it is known as the non-classical hydrides. The bonding of dihydrogen to the metal atom is considered to be made up of two components: a sigma donation of 2 electrons in the hydrogen to the metal atom and a pi back donation from the metal to the sigma star anti-bonding orbital of hydrogen. The bonding raises number of interesting issues. As the pi back bonding from the metal atom increases, the strength of the HH bond decreases and the structure tends to that of dihydride. Okay, there is bonding means here first the hydrogen donate electrons to the metal atom, and if metal atom is electron rich, it can donate back to the hydrogen's sigma star anti-bonding orbital. So the hydrogen is no longer as that of the hydrogen molecule, but it breaks to form that of hydride. The proposed intermediate in this scheme represents an alternate mode of coordination for two hydrogen ligands as a coordinated hydrogen molecule. In some cases, we are already seen there is hydrogen coordinated as hydrogen molecule to the metal system. We are seen in the case of a ruthenium complex in which hydride ion is joined to the metal atom. Also, hydrogen molecule is also joined to the metal atom. A dihydrogen molecule is treated as a neutral 2-electron donor. Thus, the transformation of the dihydrogen into two hydrides, each considered to have a single negative charge and to contribute 2 electrons, requires the formal charge on the metal atom to increase by 2. That is, we are already seen in the case of oxidative addition reaction. That here also explains once more. That is, the metal is oxidized by 2 units and the dihydrogen is reduced. Although it might seem that this oxidation of the metal is just an anomaly thrown up by our method of counting electrons, 2 of the electrons on the metal atom have been used to back bond to the dihydrogen, and these 2 electrons are no longer available to the metal atom for further bonding. This transformation of the dihydrogen molecules to the dihydride is an example of a oxidative addition. The oxidative addition of hydrogen to the 16 electron complex, this is Wilkinson catalyzed to form an 18 electron dihydrido complex. Once again, I will explain the analysis of hydrogen complexes. Infrared analysis difficult because MH absorptions tend to be weak, so we have to analyze in a different way. That is, neutron diffraction requires large crystals and X-ray diffraction is not precise enough for locating hydrogen atoms. An NMR method has been developed for differentiating classical and non-classical structures, that is based on the assumption of hydrogen nuclei involved in non-classical coordination will have significantly faster relaxation rates than those involved in classical coordination. In this approach, the measured spin lattice relaxation time, that is T1, is correlated with the hydrogen-hydrogen bond distance and hence with the mode of coordination. Application of the method to hydrogen adduct to the Vaska's complex and to the H2FeCO4 both are best regarded as classical complexes. Here we can see the classical complexes Vaska's and H2FeCO4, also an example of classical hydrogen complexes. Recent reports have urged caution in applying the T1 criterion, that is the spin relaxation in time, based on the finding that the ranges relaxation rates for classical and non-classical formulations overlap. Here we can see the structure of a molybdenum, crystal structure of a molybdenum complex, MoCO3 ppr3 twice H2. Here hydrogen is bonded as the hydrogen molecule, that is eta 2, hapticity is 2 in this ligand. The dihydrogen ligand in this complex exists as with its HH bond intact, that is a stable. Since the discovery of the first hydrogen complex, many others have been characterized, including it is a non-classical complex. We are already seen the classical complexes like Vaska's complex and in H2FeCO4, in which the hydrogen-hydrogen bond is break. But here hydrogen bond is intact and it is a non-classical dihydrogen complex discovered, and its structure is determined by the X-ray diffraction studies, and many others have been characterized, including some which for years had been presumed to be cis dihydrido complexes. It was not a simple matter to prove the complex in the reaction below should be viewed as MH2 rather than cis MH2, metal hydride rather than cis MH2. Analysis of a complex. Grow a crystal of the complex and subject to XRD and neutron diffraction analysis. The X-ray and neutron diffraction data gave that HH bond lengths of 75 picometer and 84 picometer respectively, compared to 74 picometer in uncoordinated H2. These results strongly suggested that the HH bond had not been broken, but the inherently uncertainty associated with locating hydrogen atoms left some room for skepticism. Synthesis of an eta 2 HT complex eliminated all doubt. If the scientists synthesize this molecule with particular complex with hydrogen and forming this type of a compound, and we don't know exactly what is MH2 rather than cis MH2 happens here, then we are going to further analysis, grow a crystal of this particular complex and subject to X-ray diffraction and neutron diffraction studies. And X-ray and both X-ray and neutron diffraction studies indicates that hydrogen bond lengths of 75 picometer and 84 picometer respectively, compared to 74 picometer in uncoordinated hydrogen. This suggests that hydrogen-hydrogen bond is intact in this particular molecule, and this also subject to eta 2 HT complex. This eliminated all the doubt, and from the crystal structure we will get the same complex as complex have the same structure as expected. The proton NMR spectra of the complex revealed that HT coupling constant 33.5 Hz comparable to 43.2 Hz for uncoordinated HT. The significance of these values is appreciated when they are compared to the hydride deuterium coupling in complexes in which bond distances are too great for an HT bond to exist. In this instance, it was spectroscopy instead of crystallography that provided the final confirmation of the structure. So, NMR spectrum is the final confirmation for the hydride complexes. Complexes which contain eta 2 hydrogen ligand are now referred to as non-classical, while those in which the hydrogen-hydrogen bond has been served are called classical ones. The difficulties encountered in firmly establishing the structure of the first dihydrogen complex, that is non-classical one, still have not been entirely overcome. We have to use X-ray diffraction, neutron diffraction and NMR. NMR is the final confirmation for the structure. But IR spectra is not a common analysis tool for hydride complexes. The HT coupling constant experiment described above offers the method of distinguishing between the classical and non-classical forms, but it is not applicable if the system is rapidly fluxional. If it is a fluxional molecule, that is change its structure with time or temperature, and this indicates there is no way of confirmation of the structure, or HT coupling constant experiment is not a final word for classical or distinguishing to distinguish between the classical and non-classical forms. The metal hydrogen bond may be profitably compared with a metal carbonyl bond, since both involve sigma donation to the metal by the ligand, and both ligands can accept pi electron density into the antibonding orbitals. The accepting orbitals for CO are empty pi star orbitals, whereas for hydrogen they are empty sigma star orbitals. Like the CO ligand, the hydrogen-hydrogen bond is weakened as a result of this metal ligand pi interaction occurs. A strong d sigma star interaction can sever the hydrogen-hydrogen bond and lead to the formation of a classical complex. Some special note should be made of the structure and bonding in complexes containing a bridging hydride ligand. Probably the most famous bridging hydride in organic chemistry is diborane B2H6, in which two of the hydrogen atoms bridge the pair of boron atoms. Useful parallels may be drawn between the hydride bridges in borohydrides and those in metal complexes. The complex CrCO5 HCrCO5- is similar to BH3 HBH3 in the sense that both can be said to involve donation or a bonding pair of electrons to a Lewis acid. Here a bridging type hydride ligands attached which is joined to the two metal atoms, that is similar to BH3 HBH3 bond, in which donation or a bonding pair of electrons, those in BH and here it is CRH bonds of BH4- and HCrCO5- to a Lewis acid BH3 or CrCO5. In molecular orbital terms, the donation can be viewed as HOMO-LUMO interaction. Double hydrido bridges, as found in the case of diborane, also are exhibited by bimetallic species such as the chromium anion formed CrCO4 in liquid ammonia, ammonium chloride. We will get a bridging complex like diborane, and here a bimetallic species CrCO4 in which two hydrogen atoms are bridging form double hydrido bridges in this particular complex. The similarity between these two bridge species is under scored by the fact that their Lewis acid and Lewis base fragments can be interchanged, that is HCrCO5 minus reacts with BH3 to form a complex like this. The bridging hydride interaction, whether it involves two boron atoms or two metal atoms or one boron atom with one metal atom, best described in terms of a 3-centered 2-electron bond. Work by G. Cubas, that is Greg Cubas, Los Alamos National Laboratory, Los Alamos, NM, United States. His area is dihydrogen complexes and in inorganic chemistry. He worked on tungsten complexes, used the HT coupling constant to show that it is possible to detect both the dihydrogen complex 26,1 JHT 34 Hz and the dihydride 27,2 JHT 2 Hz, and to follow the conversion from one to the other. Certain microbes contain enzymes such as hydrogenases that use iron and nickel at their catalytic centers to catalyze the rapid oxidation of hydrogen and reduction of hydride via intermediate metal dihydrogen hydride species. To sum up, we have studied the dihydrogen complexes. They are in two types, classical and non-classical ones, and studied the bonding in hydrogen complexes, and also how, if we get a complex, dihydrogen complex, we can analyze the complex with the neutron diffraction study, XRD, and also with NMR, but IR spectra is not suitable for the dihydrogen complexes. Thank you for your attention.